Hey guys, it's Brindley Tucker. Say hi, Monica.
Hi, the infamous Monica Reynolds. You didn't say that about me.
Oh, it's the infamous Monica Reynolds. The infamous Monica Reynolds. I can't forget that.
Really. So interesting. I said to Brindley, I said, here's what we should talk about today. And Brindley goes, oh, I had the same conversation. Imagine that.
Conversation. It
So,
seems like there's a theme of burnout going on.
yeah. So an assistant reached out to me and I coached the mega and she texted me and said, you have 2 minutes. And I went, oh, sure. And I know it's not going to be 2 minutes, but I called her and I said, what's up? And she said, I'm very concerned. My mega is not motivated. We've only closed 12 transactions this year, and we have a goal to do 100.
Yeah.
We did 75 last year, and basically they're on track for probably less than 50 right now. Mm-hmm. And she says he's just not coming in on time. He's not making calls. And she goes, I wouldn't call it depressed, but he's just not engaged. Yeah. And I said, well, you can call that depressed too. You know, I mean, he's depressed about the market. He needs to fall back in love with real estate like Gary talked about. And so what was the, and we'll go through some solutions here that I said and what you said. What happened on your call today, Brindley?
So mine was very similar, same production level. How do I get my mega re-engaged and re-motivated into lead generation and honoring his commitment? I mean, it was very, it was the same exact scenario.
So I said, you can't go over there and put the phone in their hand and say, dial it. It just doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. And if you confront them and say, gosh, I'm concerned, you're not doing what you're supposed to doing, that doesn't go well either. Mm-hmm. The job of an assistant, one of the jobs is to keep the agent on track. And so I've thought long and hard about this over the years. And when someone confronts an agent, sometimes a D personality, they absolutely put the wall up and they go backwards. Okay, so it's not a good idea. So you have to know the personality style. Yeah. So I gave her some suggestions and then I'll hear what you said. So the first one I gave her was, here's what I suggest you do. I said, when he comes in the office, you get on the phone and you call the vendors, okay? Number one, you call the vendors and ask them for a referral. He'll hear you doing that, okay? Yeah. Number two, you start calling your database and asking for referrals, people you know. Yeah. He will hear you doing that. The other people that you want to call are your current clients, checking in with them and say, oh, by the way, our business is based on referrals from great people like you. Who do you know right now is thinking about buying or selling? And then very subtly, if he goes by or he's saying hello to you or something, you say, hey, I made 40 calls today. I made 20 calls today asking for referrals. And don't say, what did you do today? Just say, hey, I wanted to let you know I made 20 calls today looking for business. So if that happened to me, and the assistant said that to me, it would kind of get me going, I got to do something. I better get going too, right?
Guilty. Yeah, I would do it.
So it's more of watch me. I'm really working and trying. And then it would make them feel guilty. I'm all about make them feel guilty, right, Brindley?
Yeah, make them feel guilty.
Yeah. And so get busy on that. Okay, there's something else that you can do. All right. The other thing is to really look at the clients that have given you business in the past. And you as a great assistant call and say, hey, John and I were talking. We really appreciate all you've done for us. And we appreciate the referral last year. Do you know of anyone? Now, what I want you to do strategically is do this around what the agent is in the office so they hear. Because I want them to hear that you're trying. You're really working on it. And then the last thing I said is, okay, if business is slow, then you go back to the first systems of your listing, your listing system, your pending system, but also what are some customer service things that you could do? Would your agent want to do a video? Could you say, hey, how about let's do a quick video and I'll send it out to the entire database? Hey, what's an email we can send out to the database? What if we said, would you like a free market evaluation? The market's red hot. I keep hearing over and over again all these multiple offers now that are going on, especially with the first-time entry homes, right? What if you did a video on that saying that if you've got an entry-level home and you're priced in this range, we're getting multiple offers. We'd love to talk to you type of thing. So give them some idea, say, hey, what about this? Or what about that? So it's basically about encouraging them subtly, but not confronting. That's different. No confronting. And more importantly, work on the systems you have when the business is low and show the agent that I'm building duplicatable and scalable systems right now. And what's some of the customer service? Or start working on Kelly and Command and say, hey, I just, worked on Kelly and I've got 200 new agents in our Kelly. That would be awesome. So what can you do to keep moving the business forward that hopefully that will inspire them? The word's inspire. Okay. I can't hear you, Brindley.
Sorry, I muted myself so they can hear you. So
okay.
A couple things that I also suggested, and those are all great tips, Monica. I even took some notes on some of those, is a lot of it is burnout. And we're not just seeing it with megas, we're also seeing it with agents on the team. Also, it's seasonality, right? All of a sudden, we were kind of like on this steady path, and now we're starting to feel the pressure. We're starting to go up. And so it does get exhausting to lead gen every day, to face rejection. So a couple of things is look for patterns, right? You're with them every day. Look for the patterns of when their mood starts to drop. When do you can tell that their tone on their calls isn't exciting, and then find ways to motivate them and have a conversation with them now to find out what their motivation is, how they want to be held accountable. Let them create the accountability so there's buy-in on their part. Also gamify it. Make it fun. I have a single agent, and it's just a single agent in the admin, and they heard another team that put up a board with balloons, and every time they get an appointment, they throw a dart at the balloon. And it's just a fun thing for them to do that breaks up the monotony of the calls. So gamify it, make it fun. I loved what you said, Monica, about identifying the top 20% in the database. Nurturing that top 20%. Our loyal customers are the ones that most likely as an admin or ops, you're going to feel comfortable calling. So past clients are people that you've worked with. Start with the people that you're comfortable talking with and that you already have a relationship. And then lastly, find variety in lead gen. They're testing and having Bold 2.0 right now, and they've actually changed the requirements around a Bold 100. You can now text, email, call, or engage on Facebook as long as you receive engagement back. So are you helping your mega find variety in their lead gen? What do they really like to do? Because that's what they're going to shine at, and that's where they're going to get the most return.
Okay, so what about this? What if you said to the mega, hey, I was listening to Brindley and Monica, or I'm in a class and we mentioned it before. Why don't I take your cell phone and I'll text 20 people in your cell phone and say, hi, this is John with Keller Williams. We haven't talked in a while. How are things going? Yeah. And then when they engage back and they say blah, 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 then I'll pretend I'm you again and they engage. Then I'll say, hey, great. May I have your email address? I'd love to send you something valuable. And where do you live? Mm-hmm. And then you can start to build up the database that way. But then you're engaging the clients to see how are things going. Or you say, the real estate market's red hot. Do you have any questions? You could text that. Do that for them. Be proactive. The other thing is, do you know where your agent keeps their leads? So if they've got a certain place that they're keeping their leads, say Boomtown or whatever, Command, whatever, then what if you started reaching out to them yourself and emailing them and say, just checking, do you have any questions? We'd love to get together. I'd love to get together with you. And all of a sudden you go, hey, I just reached out to this guy. I sent him an email. He just emailed back. You might want to call him. Yeah, so being proactive. So when an agent's not engaged, the best way to do is for you to get engaged. And also, like you said, just say, what can I do to help you? Is there anything I can do to help you get on track? You can ask the question. Don't judge. Don't get upset if they just go, oh, I'm just taking a break. And then you go, great. I'll do whatever I can to help right now. And I think
our agents out there, we hear Gary say it a lot, that in order to be business owners, you have to get comfortable with boring. And sometimes lead generation can get boring, and we just have to get comfortable being bored. And then to what you were saying also, Monica, is what about just setting appointments for coffee? What about calling the top 20% for your mega and just setting up a coffee appointment or a drink after work, just to get the mega engaged, because those are the people that we should be nurturing, because that's our top 20% that's giving us the most repeat and referral, right?
Why don't you say to your agent, who are 3 people you want to have coffee with this week, or who would you like to take out for lunch? Give me a list of 3 or 4 names, what day, what time, and I'll get someone there and let you know who it is. I mean, just
I love
think
it.
outside the box how you can help them get re-engaged again. You know, we called it repetitious boredom. And when you can overcome repetitious boredom and know that it's a habit versus repetitious boredom. It's a habit to get dressed. We got our clothes on today, and it's a habit to brush our teeth. It's a habit. And lead generation has to be a habit. When people fall off the wagon of the habit, it's because of burnouts, because they're tired, they're bored, they've lost that drive. And it's your job as an assistant to do what you can. And this gal that I was talking to today was completely depressed about this. And then I said, listen, when he walks in the office tomorrow, you be Miss Happy. Hi, this is going to be a great day. I have great feelings about this. Hey, we're going to have some great calls today. Yeah. And, be real positive. You don't need to look at them and they walk in with their head down and you got your head down and, you got a morgue going on. You got all kinds of problems there.
Well, and I think too, for our team owners that are out there, keep an eye on burnout. Catch it early. Like I said, look for the patterns. Everybody has a pattern on as to when they're getting exhausted and when they're starting to come down that hill. So look for the patterns and then figure out ways to motivate your team, gamify it, get out of the office, go have a bowling competition. Like do something that's going to get them out of the office and get them refocused. Really, there's been scientific studies being done that you really should take a break every 90 minutes. You should take a 10 or 15 minute break every 90 minutes. And because
bowling would be good. You know that I was the United Kingdom's champion, junior champion.
Of course you were, Monica. Of course you were.
Bowling was my sport. Mm-hmm.
Bowling what was your highest score?
Yeah, I took it in college too.
That does not surprise me. There's not much you can do in North Dakota. North Dakota?
I went to the University of Texas College, so.
Okay.
I took bowling there. But no, I was in the United Kingdom. I lived in England and Germany and Scotland, and
I learn something new about this woman every day. Every day.
Bowling champion. Yeah, so bowling's a fun exercise. When you go to the office and doing something fun like that, or depending on where you live, go on the lake, on a boat, do something to get everybody just shake it loose,
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. Go to a bar and go play a game of pool with everybody. Have a tournament.
Yeah. Have a tournament. Do something fun so that it's not always work, lead gen. So we're excited. Thank you for joining us every Monday night. We love doing this for you guys. If you guys ever want us to cover a topic, private message me or Monica, or
message Brindley. I don't
private message me.
I'm still looking for that category.
And Monica, you just got a really nice comment that I think everyone should get compliments. Monica, you're so amazing. I've never been around you or listened to you, and now I have my mind blown. So yeah, somebody said that about you, and I think it's important for you to hear that.
So one other thing before we close, because whenever I hear the word rejection, I always have to make a correction. Okay, so if you have a boyfriend, a husband, a mother, a father, kids, friends, on a daily basis, everybody rejects you. No, I'm not doing that. The wife says no. The husband says no. I mean, you get rejected all the time. The husband says no way. So you get rejected. And yet we have this phone phobia that somebody we don't know says no to us. Oh my gosh, how terrible is that? Get over it. The phone's a cash register. And if they say no, you're on the road to a yes. The more no's you get. So there's one gal I met a long time ago, and she said, I get 21 no's before I leave the office. And she was like the number Century 21 agent before you were born, Brindley, and a lot of you guys out there. And so she said, I don't leave the office till I get 21 no's. And of course, being young and green and, maybe I was 30, I don't know what I was. And she said, you got to get the no's. And I'm going, oh, that's just so negative. But now I understand it. The more no's you get, the more you find the yeses. And so just think about that. There's no such thing as call rejection. So when you're making the calls as great admin, really helping the agent, somebody says no, hey, you're on the road to a yes.
Well, and I think that's a great script for admin to use on their agents, right? Like, did your wife say no to you last night? Well, she rejected you, right?
Well, maybe not so personal like that. Has your wife ever said no to you about anything?
Ever said no to you, right? Or has your husband ever said no to you?
Start asking about last night.
Right, right. All right, guys, have a great night. We will see you next week, Monday night, right here with Ledfridge Live. Thank you, Monica.
Everybody, bye. Bye, Brindley.